I can't remember the last time we even saw this hero. Feels like
It's
it's
so good. It's really just forgotten. There's just so many heroes that are just forgotten but really strong.
yeah. You'd think like with how long this meta has been around at the moment, like people would be experimenting on these heroes that are slept on, but they're not really having the resurgence at the moment.
Not at all.
Well, Execration, so they're
I do
looking.
think Underlord is the best pick. It's a little bit rough against the Wyvern, perhaps, but you're not looking to jump the Wyvern from your offlane
Dire
anyways.
team ban.
Invoker? What is happening?
So Palos TA, Invoker mid, but doesn't Invoker still have issues versus Ariki and also heroes that are gonna be able to collapse on his tier 1 tower really early?
Yeah, I
10
mean, even if
seconds
Winter is
remaining.
middle, that's a pretty good matchup against Invoker.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, they need has to be like a Axe last pick or like Mars. Unfortunately, Mars is banned. They need some AoE crowd control for this core Invoker now.
Yeah.
What is...
I mean, Underlord still looks really good. I guess Axe looks decent. We don't really see the support yet, so whatever offlane they're gonna pick now, there's always the possibility of an Undying I could possibly pick.
Yeah.
Could be worth a ban.
So we're in the boat
Radiant
that
team
Huskar. So I think there's a Wyvern support. I'm okay with them banning the Huskar just because it is a hero that Army Geniuses play pretty a decent amount, and also it deals with TA in the lane. So just making sure you don't get cheesed, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, Winter
10
is
seconds
actually
remaining.
probably just a support. I don't know if he plays the Winter at all
5
Yeah, I
seconds
don't think so.
or
remaining.
not. You think he plays it?
I don't think so. I have not seen Mangdai play the Winter.
Well, then they're probably just gonna pick another hero. Honestly,
Radiant team ban.
or they ban it themselves. I was gonna say Brute Mana looks like an auto win for them, but banning that out. I still think Underlord looks amazing for Execration. Army Geniuses.
So what?
10
It's
seconds
guaranteed.
remaining.
Darkseid Earth Spirit lane, Wyvern Flex 5-1, Ricky Flex
5
2-1.
remaining.
Sweet. Do you want to put the Darkseer in the? I guess his safe lane is a little bit more enabled versus. Sorry, the TA's safe lane's a little bit more enabled versus the Darkseer because you have the Oracle to purge the shield. So, how does the Ricky fare versus Invoker mid if they think about flexing that?
Pretty decent because of your damage advantage. You should be able to farm quite freely, but then you need a
Radiant team pick.
Dragon Knight. Okay, so if you were to go Ricky mid, you need a hero that can take objectives. So, I mean, I feel like Winter middle is really good. You just pick like an Undying
10
now,
seconds remaining.
something like that.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, no one's gonna kill off the Tombstone this game. And with the DK offlane, all its survivability is just completely evaporated. Gives you like a structure to rally around as well in these team fights, which is gonna feel nice.
Yeah, Wyvern middle seems really strong this game. They have no way of reaching it.
And just putting the high priority as well on this here. Look at the percent damage versus the DK. TA, we've seen the answer with pretty a considerable amount. Just trying to think of what other fives we could see come through from Army Geniuses if this is the
I
case.
think it's gonna be mid hero. So if we're looking at mid heroes, they need something like a DK, but DK is picked. Leshrac again, maybe?
Choose your hero.
Or I want Axe.
Mid Doxy? So they did do it.
It is in mid Darkseer, huh?
How you feeling about this one?
I'm not impressed.
No, not feeling the mid darks here.
I mean, Ricky is not going to farm very well against Dragon Knight. TA Oracle should completely stomp Axe in lane. And Walker should be more than fine against the Darkseer. Maybe if they snowball early somehow, but it's not easy for Army Geniuses to win, I think. Where's the tower damage?
And yeah, they're putting the darks here against the hero that can also purge off everything. So
Yeah.
this is questionable. I'm all Execration. I don't know. I don't know. The drafts from either teams, we've had some really interesting drafts. Just not the stock standard. Everyone's trying to go on left field, right field, center field, every field. They're just, let's just go off meta. Let's pick some wonky heroes and let's see if we can make it work. What, 2 mid darksies we've seen so far?
Yeah. First one failed quite miserably. And I mean, the second one, we'll have to see what they can do, I guess. It's pretty all in lineup for early game dominance. They need a fast diffusal on Ricky, good blink dagger timing on Axe. And if they reach late game, it's gonna be very rough for them, I think. Unless Axe like really scales with a Manta style into like the shard, all that stuff. Maybe they have a chance.
A wyvern's breath.
But they really need to win the lanes.
Dude, Bob is not giving Wommy any love.
Yeah, a little bit of a hater.
Yep. Come on, Bob. What are you doing, man? Wommy seems like a nice guy. Maybe this is what the Darkseer 2 can kind of provide you. Like, again, some early levels, early gold, enable Wommy to get a lot of kills. Then you can see Darkseer kind of transition
30
off to a,
seconds to battle.
back to the off position 3 role that we see a decent amount, and then give Wommy a little bit more farm priorities as the game goes on to have this late game, carry Axe capability.
Yeah, we'll just have to see how the early game plays out. But Ricky should be having a very hard time against Dragon Knight, to be honest.
The battle begins.
What's the difficult thing about the matchup for Ricky versus the DK in the lane? Is it just
I
can't?
mean, you just have pure physical damage. You can't pressure him at all. So you can just right-click you in the wave, and right-click you, and right-click you. And there's an Enchantress as well to worry about, even.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there a way the supports can offset this matchup? Like, how does UK and BDZ kind of come into the fray in this bottom lane?
I mean, Wyvern is a good hero if the enemy doesn't have a lot of regen, but he has so much inbuilt regen on Dragon Knight that I don't think he's gonna make a massive difference. It's gonna be like a Darkseer rotation early on could potentially do a lot, though.
That is the one nice thing for Army Geniuses, is that they do have a lot of heroes that will heavily utilize the Iron Shell. So, maybe if he can get an early Ags, then we could see that really start to come into play throughout like kind of the 15-minute mark, maybe a little bit later, depending on how his itemization is going. But getting to that stage is kind of the worry here, as the lanes look very grim. I mean, top lane, Palos on the Templar Assassin, RR on the Oracle as well. It's a double range lane versus a double melee. Is there any worries with this?
I mean, they can die to get caught out of position, but their level 2 is really strong on the Oracle tier lane. That -5 armor is gonna put Axe at -3, and it's gonna put Earth Spirit at -3 also.
Would you have rather Wommy come out to the lane with like a Ring of Protection potentially, instead of going for like the starting build that he has so far?
Yeah, I think Ring of Protection is pretty good, but then you're still gonna be in the minus anyway, so maybe it doesn't make like a massive difference. He's just gonna try to go for the fast Vanguard. But I don't know how much he's gonna be able to farm in this lane. There's a lot of like new lane matchups that I haven't really seen a whole lot. Like, when have you ever seen Axe Earth Spirit versus Oracle TA?
Yeah.
It's like,
What's going on right now? Meta's just, you know, it was the same for a while, and it's just switching up again with what we're seeing. And this is a nice thing, you know, with the Oracle versus the Axe. You've got to wait to purge off that battle hunger, and also the roll slow as well. Sorry, I should say the kick slow, auto smash. So, you know, it's gonna definitely be a huge factor. And you just shove out the lane like you're doing with the side blades. Makes it very easy for you to find the pull from the supporters. Do have to keep our eyes on botters. Early level up in the Cold Embrace here from UK, which gives DB some space to hit down BDZ, and with the second charge of the Blink Strike, he's able to find first blood.
yeah, I think that's tip worthy. I agree. like N should not be dying there because like we already know DK cannot get pressured at all by this lane, so the N has to be very careful. It's not out of position.
See potentially the second reset here for BDZ. Maybe this time he's learned his mistake. He's like, okay, you know, this time I'll make sure my positioning's a little bit better. Now that he's got an extra level as well, he can play with the Enchanter creep. What's he got right now? The 4-man Speedy Gonzalez. Look at the trade potential you have though versus Wyvern. Like, this hero usually can trade really well with Arctic Burn, but I mean, Enchantress kind of just one of the better supports to always stand his ground.
Yeah, Enchantress is Enchantress, unfortunately.
This mid matchup though looks to be going okay so far. And Bob with the Invoker, he's got a lot of stats at the moment. Early on with the Coswex build, you can really suffer at being able to find these right clicks. Bottom lane, Raging Potato doesn't have a point in the Breathe Fire here. Not going to be able to claim that last little bit of damage needing to get the kill on DB, but you do see the constant pressure that is coming through from Execration at the moment. Ricky's only got 13 last hits.
Yeah, that first part was really important for him. If he didn't have that, his lane would be pretty damn bad. As it stands, it's still going okay. He actually went up of Corrosion. I don't like that at all. Not against the Dragon Knight, at least.
Maybe you can poke him down a little bit, but it feels like this item enables you to, like, in a lane where you're going to be able to get kills, it's nice, but I don't know how you kill the DK here.
Yeah, every right click is dealing about 30 damage. If even.
And he's going to continue to tank up. I mean, look at all the stats that he has himself. Double gauntlets, belt, along with the wand, and he can just solo. And now they're getting so much more out of the map. BDZ has got an Alpha Wolf creep, so he can play the jungle a little bit easier. And that means he's going to have, you know, some ganking potential in the mid lane as well. Like, you've already got one purge with the Tornado, a secondary one with the enchant if the Tornado's off the mark. So Darkseid does have to be very cautious once this nighttime hits here, and you know, he could get rotated on.
Top lane's taking a lot of damage.
Palos
Dead.
very far caught out of position here. I'm surprised at how he was posturing right now. I mean, I guess he was just tried to shove in the lane and again enable another pull for RR, but this time they'll be able to punish his positioning.
It's always also about how comfortable are you on TA. I've never seen him play carry TA.
Maybe it's something they're just experimenting with, seeing how they're able to work out. Raging Potato is falling low, but now that BDZ is swung on down bot, even up the numbers, and looks like Raging Potato will be fine. As soon as that Arctic Burn ends, yeah, the percent damage is really what you are needing here.
Yeah, it's also like Wyvern damage is very deceiving. When you're full health, he does a lot of damage, but if you're sitting at like 30% like DK is, it's just a tickle bot.
I'm impressed though.
No points at all in Splinter Blast. Wow.
It's just a heavy sustain lane, and usually Ricky is a hero that has pretty good HP regen. You see 5.5 at the moment, but it's kind of interesting that he's gone into this 2 points Cold Embraces. DB, we didn't jump really too far with the tricks of the trade. So got one more Blink Strike, but the creep wave hasn't connected under the tower. DB's going to be okay though. Meanwhile, top Bob and RR is able to catch out Lim. So nice first involvement for Bob. He also gets his own charges as well. So this could get him, you know, the ball rolling here for the Invoker.
I'm a little surprised DK isn't doing better than he is.
Bongi? He's just gonna die in pretty much the same spot that he saw his Earth Spirit die as well. I'm not sure why he was there. He even loses his courier as well with the Side Blades. It's interesting choice to be able to farm the jungle camp in that position that he was. And even Lim has to be cautious. If he doesn't get the kill straight away, then Bob's still gonna be able to swing on over. Once again, it's another freebie.
At the same spot again, pretty much.
It's just really questionable plays.
Radiant are scanning.
Nope, this time DB's around the same spot, but he will get a kill on the Riki. So he's had enough of this bottom lane. They're just going to leave it to UK. But the issue is that he's got no point Splinter Blast. So how do you de-push the wave against a DK with the Elder Dragon form and the Catapult? This is going to be very difficult now for you.
Yeah, but at least you can stall out a little bit. There's still a Catapult hitting it though. It's probably going to drop to at least 25%, if not even lower.
I can see Raging Potato continue to tank up the tower, and in fact, they're actually just going to look to dive. 3 points Dragon Tail allows Bob just to get in range to set up for that tornado, and now with the collapse underneath, there's absolutely zero help coming through. Is this... I'm just still so surprised that he's gone for a 203 build on the Wyvern.
Same.
So they'll try
in
and
trouble.
attempt to roll in. 4 points
Bye-bye.
Iron Shell is a lot of damage here for Lim. Well, at least they keep that tower alive. I mean, like you're saying, probably down to 25, just a little bit below here. So
Where are you going?
with the caught out though, BDZ. Who's found who? Lim's got some backup coming on over. BDZ is going to try and run down to the southwestern side here, but he doesn't really have an escape route at the moment, as you know, Bob and RR both have to be cautious of how long they want to stick around.
And he does.
Question is, do they have the detection? Lim's going to try and roll in. Falls out of the Ghost Walk now. Raging Potato tries to help over on Bob. That's actually enough now. This cost region's got him up to a respectable amount where Bob can kind of stick around and cast some abilities from afar. As that sounds, it's just a little bit too late after the cold snap, and Bob is on a killing spree. Great start to the game here for your Invoker.
Talos ended up dying in the top lane though. To Riki, I believe. Just being a little bit too greedy. Like, as a carry, honestly, at this point, you have no business being there anymore. Like, we see a lot of these carry players just stick around in the safe lane too much and then die unnecessarily. There's a good stack waiting for you at the Ancients. Go take that.
Yeah, it's like you'd rather be farming the triangle. You get more gold, more experience, and you just give that lane to probably a DK. Maybe Enchantress can just kind of push it out with the Enchanter creep. Like, yeah, like you were saying, we've seen this a couple times now, where just some of the cores, their farming patterns, not playing around the triangle.
Yeah. Maybe they don't like the triangle. I don't know, but should be TA's favorite place on the map.
That's where you want to get all the farm. BDZ, he ain't getting no opportunity to farm. It's a nice two-man Centaur Conqueror Stomp, but DB is even going to jump on 4 for more, but Riki just has so much gap close onto the Invoker, which can make it so difficult positioning-wise, as that is a very big kill to pick up here, as Bob had a bit of a killing spree there, but DB now the one to claim the bounty.
Well, that bad early game suddenly doesn't look that bad anymore for the Riki, huh?
Oh, this is just, it's a game plan. Juice him up a little bit, make him fat, and then give us the gold, give us the experience.
Yeah, seems to be the SEA sort of playstyle, at least today.
It's the way to go. That's really the next level play. It's how you just have this massive swing in your favor. You get the hopes up of the enemy team and just bring them crushing down.
Dire's top tower
I think when you play Dota for that long, there's no hope left, man.
All the hope drains out of you when you play for too long.
Yeah.
It's quite the labor-intensive game. Well, your mind is going to work consistently. It's a tricky game.
I kid you not, man. Like when I worked as an electrician for 2 years, it was so much easier than being a pro player, man. Like it was actually like pretty relaxing, honestly. Like you do your work, you know, and you're done, and it's over. And Dota is never over.
Just the grind's always there.
Yeah.
Always
is. You keep thinking. You know, even when you're sleeping, you're thinking.
dreaming
when
about Dota.
Yeah. What could I do better? Why did I do this?
And that just shows the true passion, though. That's when you know you want to. I mean, when you're an electrician, you want to be the best electrician in the world, then maybe.
Dude, I owned. Every day, well, not every day. A lot of days I actually got to go home earlier because I finished all my work fast.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just bust it out.
I'm a god gamer. In games and also IRL.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Which is more important, though? That's the question. IRL or in game? Hold a sec.
Axe
Jump
call.
in. Real on a blink here, Wummy. Not going to be able to do enough damage, though, as UK. Unable to find them here. Winter falls, and still a lot of damage coming through from Radiant, though. That Magnetize is going to force them back, but there is no follow-up now after the blink.
Yeah.
Radiant are
A
scanning.
little bit of weird initiation. Axe went in by himself, no follow-up. No Iron Shell on him either. But there's gonna be an Axe soon on the darks here. So many ways of dispelling though.
Yeah, that's the worry. Like yes, it's nice going into the Aghanims because all the heroes that you can combine it up with, but they've got Enchant, you've got Oracle Fortune's End, you've got Tornado. Like, yeah, you might have 3 shields in the game, but you've got plenty of ways to get rid of them.
Yeah, it's not gonna be easy to fight into that as a Darkseer at all.
I mean, they are pretty close. In fact, I believe they do have the Diffusal Blade completed now on DB, so this will be a bit of a power spike here from Radiant. So we're probably going to look to see them, along with the Aghanims getting delivered, take a fight. But it's
There's
just...
a sentry right there. Oof.
BDC? Let's see. I thought Ricky might stick around maybe to try and find that Enchantress skill. They're probably going to look to smoke up and connect with the Ricky up top. Oh, they'll shove in mid. 4 grouped up for the smoke, and here we go. But where's the angle that can they find? Palos is very deep in the middle lane, but going on a hero that has a haste is very tricky without kind of the chain lockdown that they have. So just back to the original plan. Link up with DB. Activate the Ricky, who just got the Diffusal Blade completed. There's Execration. Baiting at the moment. Who have they caught out, though? It's going to be the Oracle in the backline, so they get rid of the defensive support, but instantly the reset. Execration looking for the TPs out. As BDZ, damage, it's not there, but they do have at least the roll to cancel Raging Potatoes. So the Dragonite, unfortunately, won't have the same fate as the Enchantress, who makes it away to safety. A 2 for 0. Great use of this timing here for Army Geniuses, recognizing their strong suit with these items and
Dire's
looking to
middle
get
tower
active.
is under attack.
Yeah, it's just the question is still where's the tower damage gonna come from? Mid tower still pretty much full health. Same with bot tower. They really just need to kill the entire game, and Oracle might be the next on the menu. Bye.
It's going to be very worrying now. Tia is going to be careful as well. Refraction's got burned, and how about the damage? DB racks it up. He's got 2 points in the cloak and dagger.
Execration seems to just be like falling apart right now. Why are the 2 of them alone down there? They're looking for any sort of fight. And why does he run into the Ricky after the Oracle died already?
I don't know. Again, he's not farming around the Ancients. Like, this is free for you. Take the camp. Hit the creeps. Stay out of the lane. Like, Radiant have so many ways to be able to hunt you down. Axe Blink, Earth Spirit's mobility, like Darkseer can get mobile as well. Ricky's everywhere. They, again, we're highlighting, I mean, they don't have great ways to take objectives, but they might just get kill after kill after kill, where they're net worthly just might be through the roof. As mid lane again, we're continuing on. Ragey Potato. A wall's dropped directly on his head. I mean, he's got RR if he can get in range for the false promise, but still too shy. No extra ways to be able to buff up that cast range here, unfortunately, for RR.
Dire's
Playing TA again. If he gets cursed, he might die. Ooh, very, very close.
Arctic Burn, is that enough vision? So they see him, but the curse is just shy of range. When I think about diving, they will not.
A wyvern's breath.
They gotta be careful.
I mean, Bob's is trying to go for a Midas here, so this kind of scaling that we see often on the Cospex Invoker after the Spirit Vessel. Do you feel like this is any different of a game where he probably shouldn't have gone for the Midas, or are you happy with this?
I think you need the Midas to somewhat scale. It's just they haven't really found any sort of fight in the last like 5 minutes or so. Oracle again getting caught out.
Yeah, I mean, this is a hero that's so position-based, and if you're sitting as far as you are in the front line, yes, he's going to use his ultimate on himself, but it's an even better curse in the back line, followed up with a smoke cloud on 2. Invoker pretty much just gets soloed by power loss, and now they can just collapse on top of the rest, knowing that the Oracle doesn't have this defensive ultimate to keep them alive as Wommy. Just shy on the blink cast. Execration BDZ? Why is he face checking the high ground like that? He's gonna get brought down. Earth Spirit's finding out DB can hunt for more. The blink's back up and available for Wommy. Where's the target? Once again, the call is shy, but they've got so many ways to collapse, and even Palos. That's another hero that just face checks the full roster of army geniuses. There's nothing Palos can do to get to safety. Let's just jump RR as well. Go from one kill to another to another. Let's throw away our lives.
Dire's middle tower.
Like, what is going on?
Yeah, that is
Dire's middle
let's
tower
call it
has
rough.
fallen.
Chain of events for them.
Radiant's top
I
tower
don't know what
is
that
under
was.
attack.
What?
Yeah,
Come on,
He's
Spike.
beating
them again?
What? Well, this is kind of the chain of feeds that is expected when you've got a lead like this, and item lead, but you know, I said they had to have a really big net worth advantage to take objectives. You know, it's kind of what they needed last game. I mean, I don't know. This is a beyond godlike Ricky, and I don't feel like they're going to slow down as well. This is the timing. Army Genius, you just need fight after fight after fight.
Yeah, and XctN is giving it to them. It was just a 1k lead like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Now it is a 7k. Oof. You just see Dragon Knight and Invoker are just not really scaling anymore. The net worth is down, the drain.
Have you taken a look at the probability shot recently? If you haven't, what would you
Dire's
guess it'd be?
bottom tower is under attack.
Just how this game is feeling right now, I would probably say
Dire's structures
like
are fortified.
75 to 80% for
Dire's
AG.
bottom tower is under
96
attack.
right now from
Radiant
Dota Plus.
are scanning.
96.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm only basing it on the fact that I can't really push buildings.
BDZ. Alright, another Enchantress freebie. He's just trying to see how many deaths he can have this game, honestly. He's up to 6 right now. Or will be after this. And also, who they caught out? A Dragon Knight in the river. Double core Memang Dire along with DB. They've got plenty of damage to be able to kill him off. And I feel like they're not really... They definitely can take Roshan on Radiant just because of the Ricky backstab. That works very well against the beefy Roshan. And they kind of have heroes to tank that up. So that's at least nice for them to take that objective. Again, afterwards is the question of Roshan.
Yeah, Roshan should be pretty simple. I'm just more worried about his buildings as Ricky just takes on a bot tower. I mean, they've accumulated a really big lead, so if you have that big of a lead, then maybe it doesn't matter. TA is farming the enemy's triangle and they know.
Dire's middle tower
Oh,
is under
Palos.
Ah, he's fine. He
Oh,
is.
Memang Dire,
not
what a
fine.
blink!
Radiant's courier
Oh, gets the vision on the high ground. And TA is not long for this world. That's 5th death for Palos as well. Another grim game. Meanwhile, DB's just solo killing off your support.
Radiant's top tower is under
So we were
attack.
saying there were issues with the objectives here for Army Geniuses. Are there any items that they could go for to help take towers? Like, is it a Deso on the cards, or does the kind of Manta build from the Axe enable that in any way?
Axe actually went for BKB. I think they're just really looking to kill them. Maybe just beat them into submission until they leave the game. Now it's a 10k lead. But we have seen Execration doesn't like to GG out, even if the game looks pretty rough. And BDD again.
Oh, the Untouchable is great and all, but when you've got something like the Tricks of the Trade, that doesn't matter. And again, RR is going to get caught out of position here. And
Dire's top tower is under
now what
attack.
can Bob and Ragey Potato do? I mean, Bob's going to drop a combo, but he completely whiffs on it. And now you're even diving the tier 3 tower with the BKBs. Like you said, they're just going to go for kill to kill, beat them into submission. And 3 more chain feeding like that is just going to get them further to their objective.
Dire's middle tower
This is now a
under
12k
attack.
lead. I mean, if they had better like high ground push, they could probably just end the game right now. But because of what they have, like the lineup they have, it's just natural that they can't really end the game. Despite the scoreline, there's a DD on Ricky though. Does that mean Roshan? Sure looks like it.
Dire do have an immense amount of vision, but they've probably also got a dead Invoker as well. Wami just TP'd out of vision of the creeps there. They've got to connect to the Roshan now. Wami and Darksea aren't here. That is a lot of their team fight. And Rosh isn't falling too fast at the moment. It will definitely take them a while. Just need the vision from Bob if he wants to start off with the Tornado or the Sunstrike. Got to keep eyes as well on Oracle's positioning. It is. He's going to face check, but as soon as he walks in the pit, he just gets brought down with the double damage, and now again the Oracle's positioning. I just said, you can't be like that. Lim gets a
Bob.
perfect roll. Do they have detection? Back. No sentry nearby, and calls just shy. I cannot stress enough, an Oracle is a person who needs to survey fights. You do not want to be using false promise on yourself. You want to use it at the last second and heal someone up from 0 to full. And you've been caught 7 times. I mean, it's difficult. It's not an easy game. You've got an Axe Jump, you've got an Earth Spirit to catch you, a Darkseer, a Ricky mobility, but his positioning still has been incredibly poor. It has to be said, Execration in this series, they are getting dismantled.
Yeah, and both games so far, nothing really to
Radiant's courier has
show
been
yet.
killed.
Like, the drafts have been pretty average. Axe for an initiation, not gonna happen. Like, how do you even fight back at this point?
It's a refresher on Darkseer.
He already has it, huh?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You're 15-0 on your Ricky, you're 10-1 on your Axe. Darkseer's got no kills, but he's also got 0 deaths. 0-0-18 for the boy.
Yeah. 2 of the core sitting at 0 deaths and just Axe at 1.
Dire's
Well, it's a
top
big
tower
smoke,
is
but
under
Axe is in
attack.
prime position to break it.
Nature
Dire's
attend
structures
us.
On me?
are fortified.
Man, that blink was
Where are you going?
picture perfect there. One more frame and he probably got clipped from the tornado, but did you want to jump an Axe still? 2300 health, Vanguard BKB, and with a potential Holy Locket Cold Embrace, which is such a stupid amount of health.
Yeah, Holy Locket should not amplify percentages for sure.
How would you nerf this item and still
Dire's top tower
have it
is
be
under
picked
attack.
up occasionally?
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Just tweak
I
the
think-
percentage,
Radiant's
or
middle tower is under
35%
attack.
is a bit much. And it shouldn't give the... Wow.
Healing power.
no,
Anything happening here? Yeah. And
no, yeah, definitely is. Just
Flash.
another death to the
Goodbye.
tally. What do you reckon he's going to end this game on? No way. They got a call? They do. Okay.
Alright, so what should they nerf? Just a percentage, I think. And they shouldn't stack with percentages either.
How many deaths do you think the Enchantress is going to end this game with?
What surge is this?
It depends on when they GG out.
A
be-
wyvern's breath.
Could be just 9. I don't know why he went for Holy Locket anyway on Edge.
And 3 points Nature's Attendance as well.
Yeah, he didn't even skill heal for the longest time. I feel like 4-step would be
Dire's
much more
middle
beneficial.
tower is under attack.
Just
Radiant's
get out of the
bottom
smoke,
tower
out of the
is under
tricks, out of the wall. You're right, like all these mobilities. Radiant there, all relying on kind of the slows and really overpowering you with this initial jump. And if you can kind of displace them from there, they are very heavy committal.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
But it's...
Time to knock on the high ground, perhaps. Nope. Never mind.
Palace has got a decent amount of farm. I don't know if this is going to be enough. They'll even commit the wall for it, so see how this illusion come into play. The only issue is that instantly Enchantress is going to take away that illusion, so one wall down. Palace? Well, they use the Oracle ulti early on. Even going to kick him further away. Do they want to look to reset the fight? But in fact, the curse just holds him in place. One minute call back up in a couple of seconds, remaining Dire. And even better secondary use of his wall. The BKBs are out, but still with the damage is coming through. They've even got a double damage as well on DB. So Palace just going to get brought down. You've got to rely on the buybacks now for Execration. That can tank up through the Sunstrike. And there's that Cold Embrace heal coming into play. Even through a Spirit Vessel as well. Lim's still not dead. One more impetus, but... it just allows Wami and DB to further increase their beyond godlike streak.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yep. Slowly whacking the tower.
Toes,
Dire's middle
it's getting
tower
there.
is
Back to
under
full
attack.
health.
Are scanning.
Woo, let's go.
I can't believe it actually just heals half your health. It's kind of insane.
And that's all the damage they've got. Look to reset, dip out. What's Bob doing? It's BKB next item there. It's a demoralizing game for the new roster of Execration.
Yeah, they looked a lot better yesterday.
And the issue is they've got another series as well after this. They're versing Galaxy Racer, the team on top. And you've stuck in game 1 for a really long time. You're sticking in game 2 for a pretty long time as well, considering how dire it's looked for 15 minutes, honestly. Like, you've got to keep in mind about the mental toll that this is going to put on you.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, oftentimes it's better to just not torture yourself and get out. Because like, if you draw out these games and just keep getting destroyed, it can be pretty detrimental to the team morale. The scoreline is definitely not looking pretty.
And at least Bob's still in a bounty rune. He's doing his whatever he can. Might even get this T1 tower top.
Radiant's top
Cliff.
tower is under
Ah,
attack.
too
Radiant's top tower
slow.
has
Those
fallen.
reactions, someone doesn't have it hotkeyed.
You have it hockeyed?
No, I don't. Do you?
Yeah, of course.
Gotta have it hotkeyed. I just haven't changed it.
Yeah. Especially when you play mid lane, you gotta have it hotkeyed.
Yeah.
Oh, pulling out the
Trying.
DKs, you're gonna...
Oh, nice.
It's already
Vac.
nice, right?
It gets the Oracle as well. So they'll curse him up.
Ow,
TA will just do the
ow,
dirty work
ow.
for you. That's gem as well, but they do pick it up on Templar Assassin.
Oh, don't worry, Axe is back to full again.
And he's going for that Manta as well. After the BKB, Yasha's completed. Just looking for that ultimate orb now into the
Dire's
Aghanim
bottom
Shard for
tower is
Wami,
under
level
attack.
19. So he's also very, very, very farmed.
Look at the bot lane.
Are they gonna try? I mean, DB's got UK nearby. They'll pop the Lincolns, but the instant cold embrace
Wow.
and now what? Oh, yep. Now we gotta retreat away, but you're not gonna get an opportunity to do so.
Where are you going?
As they dangled the Ricky and they took the bait, as now they're able to jump Bob on the back line. The detection is out. And False Promise was used on your BDZ Enchantress support with 11 deaths instead of your Invoker. Now you can just think about walking up the high ground with the catapult wave. Wami, who does he want to jump? No one just yet. No, now he will. All you need is the call. Ricky doesn't even care about the Enchantress. Jumps on forward, cleans off the secondary support, and our Raging Potato is next. A beautiful vac, and it looks like finally we should see this Darkseer position 2 actually looking relatively solid when they play around the Darkseer. That's how you're able to utilize this early level advantage. And that Iron Shell can do so much work. The Surge as well with all the melee heroes. A lot of buybacks coming through. But it looks like Radiant have no care in the world, diving deep underneath the T4 tower. I mean, Lim's got 3k health once it's maxed out.
Structures are fortified. Dire's courier has been
Courier? Oh, bye-bye gem. And now how do you see? Your eyes, they're gone. You're blind.
Ricky's eyes are not blind though.
Ah, he
Oh.
sees all. Lim? Oh, what a silence. Raging Potato's like, no, please, I don't want to be there. I thought it was a good blink, but no, it just was not. It's like,
Dire's middle barracks are
it's
under
40
attack.
to 8. Like,
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Yeah, I don't know why XctN is doing this to themselves again. Just like in game 1.
another beautiful combo. I mean, they're just practicing right now. It's not too hard when they're lining up like that.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Finally,
There it is.
finally,
Dire's
they'll call it
middle
quits.
barracks
32 minutes in. They gave up 43 kills in the end. Enchantress 13 deaths. I think I said 14, so I was one shy. But this was a tough series to watch if you're an Execration fan.
I mean, yeah, and they have one more coming up. Like, you can't feel very motivated after this series, I feel like.
No way.
There was nothing to show for at all. Like, their drafts in both games, very off. Execution of their gameplay. Yeah, there was just nothing coming from them. It's like they're half asleep still.
Yeah, I'm just hoping next series is a little bit better. But again, I mean, they're versing
Props to
Galaxy.
AG
So,
though.
yeah, yeah,
AG.
definitely.
They did play really, really well. Drafted a little bit out of the box. Like, this draft is not going to work against any high caliber team. I'm just going to call it out right now. But, you know, changing up a bit, having some fun, practicing some combos. They did very well. And looks like their fan base so far has not been disappointed.
Props, like you said, got to be given. They did drop that 2-0 series earlier against Motivate, and they were able to hit back. So I mean, Army Geniuses have showed that even if they lose 2-0, they can win the next series 2-0. Maybe Execration can continue on with the trend. I mean, we're reaching for things here, especially against the lineup of Galaxy Racer on top of the table at the moment. But you know, we'll find out shortly. About a 20-minute break, Execration, Galaxy Racer will close out our night with our 4th series.